So Mira wants to destroy Rumi's dad immediately. Oh, and Rumi's dad is the new leader of the demon world, by the way. So Mira wants to destroy Rumi's dad immediately, but then Rumi and Zoe are like, no. And Zoe says, "Relax. We'll train consistently for months after dealing with the crushing defeat that we were handed tonight." So Zoe says, "Relax. Zoe says, "Relax. Relax. We'll train consistently for months after dealing with the fuck." So Zoe says, "Relax. We'll train consistently for months. We'll train consistently for months after dealing with the crushing defeat we were handed tonight." So Zoe says, "Relax. We'll train consistently for months after dealing with the crushing defeat we were handed tonight." Relax. So Zoe says, "Relax. We'll train consistently for months after dealing with the crushing defeat we were handed tonight." And Rumi says, "No, we don't have months. We get some rest tonight, and we try again tomorrow." And that's when Bobby walks in. And that's when they have to lie to Bobby about why Mira is on the couch. And so then Bobby leaves. And so then they have a bunch of questions for Mira. Or they have a bunch of questions for Rumi. They have a bunch of questions for Rumi. Like, why are the patterns hurting? Why are they blue? Weren't they black before? Has anyone seen Derpy? And then Rumi says, "I don't know. I don't know why they're blue." Oh, and another question is, how can I sleep when these patterns are painfully spreading across all over my body? And Rumi says, "I don't know. I don't know why they're blue. You can just pass out from the try to get some sleep. If you can't, you'll pass out from the pain." Derpy's in his playroom, and they were blue. They were brownish before. I don't know why they're blue. They were brownish before. And so then Zoe says, "That demon knew your name. How?" "Because he's my dad." And then we reveal Zoe and Mira's shocked anime expressions. And so then Rumi says, "Get some sleep. You'll need it." And then we cut to Huntrix outside the next night, fighting some demons, ending some demons, sending them back to the demon world. And boom, Mira stabs one of them, and it disappears into smoke. And oh yeah, so Mira lost her scythe. Rumi's dad broke Mira's scythe in half in their initial fight. So Mira is using Zoe's daggers because, come on, Zoe would do that. Zoe would let her sister-in-arms use her daggers because she's so nice. She's sweet. Anyway, so Rumi says, "Mira, keep your strength in check," because one of Zoe's daggers actually cracks the entry point that it made in the wall when Mira threw it at the wall, at the demon that was in front of that wall. So, and Mira says, "This power, it feels good." Zoe says, don't go all Sith Lord on us, Mira." "I won't. Sith Lords have nothing on me." Rumi says, "I hope Bobby's not too worried about us. I hope Bobby's not worried about us." And then it cuts to the interior of Huntrix's penthouse, and it's dark. So then Bobby goes inside. The only source of light is the hallway outside. And then Bobby walks inside, and he's like, girls, where are you? Where are you?" So then he walks into the living room. He turns on the light, and then we reveal Rumi's dad sitting in a chair with one leg over the other, facing Bobby. Rumi's dad goes, "So, you're the famous Bobby. I was expecting you to be taller and a little less nerdy. No offense." All the offense taken. Who are you?" "My name doesn't matter. What does is you." "Whoa, what do you want from me?" "It's simple. You're my messenger, Bobby." And then he unsheathes his fingernails, and then we cut to Rumi, Mira, and Zoe entering their, not their, not the Huntrix. We cut to Rumi, Mira, and Zoe entering their penthouse with all the lights off, and they're mimicking explosions, screams of agony from demons, blah, 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 blah. They're making happy noises, blah, blah, blah. And then they turn on the light, and then they see Rumi's dad holding Bobby hostage with a fingernail, a long fingernail, against Bobby's throat. So Rumi's dad is behind Bobby, and so he's like holding him like that. And then Rumi's dad says, "Welcome home, daughter." And then somewhere along the way, and then a little after that, near the end of that scene, Rumi's dad and Bobby get transported down to hell down to the demon world, because they're trying to get Bobby back. So Rumi's dad teleports himself and Bobby down to the demon world. So now Rumi, Mira, and Zoe have to get Bobby back. And the reason why Rumi's dad is the villain is because he wants to reunite with his family. He wants to reunite with his wife and his daughter. He wants his family to be whole again. Because we find out that he made a deal with Guima. Guima gave him an ultimatum. Because we find out that Guima gave him an ultimatum. Give me your wife's soul, and I'll let your daughter live. Give me your wife's soul, and I'll let your daughter live. Or give me your daughter's soul, and I'll let your wife live. Rumi's dad couldn't bear to let his newborn child's soul be consumed by Guima. So he sacrificed his own wife to Guima, just so his daughter could live the life that he wanted her to live. And he's trying to right that wrong. He's trying to right that wrong in the craziest way possible. Because he's trying to turn Earth into the demon world. And he just wants to reunite with his family. He wants his family to be whole again. And he says he will stop at nothing until his family is whole again. He will do whatever it takes to make his family whole again. Thanks for listening. God bless you.